to and fro. Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your spurs hang low? All right, guys. Richard Scouting from Remount Horsemanship. I got a question the other day. Young man said that whenever he rides, his spurs are always constantly flopping. Sometimes they're riding up, sometimes they're riding down. And they're constantly out of position for him, so he can't use them effectively when he's riding. So there's a few things that can cause that, and there's a few things that we can do to help that. The first thing, two pairs of my muddy boots here, is a spur ledge. On the back of your boot heel, so I can hold it up here for you, you need to have that ledge right there. That ledge, all of my boots have a spur ledge. The ledge right there is made for your spur to sit. That way your spur doesn't end up hanging way down here. So spur ledge, it's a very important thing to have in your boots. My boots they're custom boots made by Drew's Boots out of Oregon, but you know, Ariats have spur ledges. Most of your store-bought boots will have a spur ledge, but make sure they have a spur ledge so it'll catch the spur and keep it from dropping down. Another thing is the style of spurs. So this style of spurs, this is more along your buckaroo, vaquero traditional spur. Has a big rowel, so it has a little bit more weight sticking out, and it has a longer shank. General rule of thumb is long legs, long shanks, short legs, short shanks. But when you get your shank sticking out, then it adds more weight out here. So when your spur is on your boot, then the spur can actually work up. It can't on that one because I got it tied down. But if it's on your boot, you know, your spur can work up and it can start flopping, or it can even ride up your boot like this, so that when you're riding, your spur gets real scawampus way up here, doesn't do anybody any good, and then it can drop like that, and it still doesn't do anybody any good. So if your spurs are like that, then a real easy way, this is just an old leather bootlace. You can use a piece of baling twine, you can buy heel chains, you can use a piece of wire, whatever you want, but you take that strap and you just tie it up. So we can get it on that camera there. You can just tie it up underneath your boot heel. And that's gonna keep that spur sitting right where you want it. A little bit of play, a little bit of jingle in them, but it keeps that spur really secure and anchored to your boot. The next thing is spur size. So this is more like a Chihuahua style spur. Has a short shank, a big fat band, very thick band. And this spur, it just sits very well balanced on the spur ledge. There's no strap going underneath my heel, and it can flop, but it goes right back down to where it belongs. And that's because the shank is shorter and the band is very thick and heavy. So it's a very well balanced spur. Just drops right back down where it belongs. My spur straps, there's always a debate. Do you want your buckles on the outside, buckles on the inside? That's all personal preference. So if you got bad knees, I know some guys that have bad knees, so they like the spur straps on or the buckles on the inside. But I've kind of completely done away with that, and I ride in old style dub wing spur straps. These are custom ones made by a good friend of mine, Jimmy Carcel. He's a good cowboy out of Missouri. So he made my spur straps. And what I like about these spurs and not having a heel chain or a leather thong tied to my boot, is I can just throw them over my boot, ready to ride. If I want to ride a horse that doesn't have spurs, that I don't need spurs on or don't want spurs on, I can just simply take it off and ride without spurs instead of having to untie my thong that goes underneath my heel strap. So that's a little bit about spurs, a spur ledge. You can add a leather thong to them, a wire thong to them, baling twine thong, just tie them up underneath your heel. Or just get a good pair of well-balanced spurs with a short shank, a nice heavy band, so that they just kind of stay where you need them, no matter what you do. So that's a little bit about spurs, how to keep them secure, keep them from wobbling to and fro. So there you go. Thanks for asking the question. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'll do my best to get them up for you. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have fun.